Hello everybody, Tom here from CSI. I want to talk about something that is coming up at SEMA, and it will be coming up here at our shop too. Last year, if you've been following us on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube, you would see that we get real involved with a ministry that we have that goes out to take care of the homeless children at Christmas Eve. Now, there's not a whole lot that we as individuals can do for those homeless children. There are a lot of restrictions on where we can go and what we can do out there. But as a ministry, we wanted to do something. The name of our ministry is More of Jesus. When we started that ministry, it was a real simple concept. We all go to church and sit and listen to a message. But we wanted to do something a little more. So without a lot of work, we put together some sandwiches and started going out at nighttime to the streets. That was almost 20 years ago. And it was so fascinating to go out there and, what are you doing? You're feeding them. You're going to have a conversation with somebody that's living on the street. And it just led to week after week after week after week. And we loved it. We loved doing it. At Thanksgiving, we would do an outreach out there. Gather a bunch of people from churches who may or may not have ever done anything like this, and just put the infrastructure together so that everybody can go out and enjoy feeding people, and them enjoy being fed too. At Christmas time, we thought, what could we do? What can we really do as individuals? And we put our heads together and said, how about if we put some toys together and go out to just minister to the children? The parents are in really, really bad shape. I don't think anybody grows up to go live on the street. I don't think anybody ever thought of that. And we hear lots and lots of stories on why this happens. But the children, they don't know anything different. They're little tiny children that live out on the street. And for most of them, they're not going to experience any Christmas at all. So as a ministry, again, this is a really, really simple ministry. This isn't a complicated ministry. More of Jesus, period. No theology, we're just going to go out there and, okay, Jesus, how would you do this? How would you go out and love on these little children who have nothing, and their circumstances look pretty bleak? But we know that you do have a plan in all of this. So we went out with that mindset and gathered some toys together and started handing out these toys on Christmas Eve. Now, these children a lot of them aren't really old enough to understand the marketing that goes behind Christmas that all of us have been raised on. Hot Wheels and Matchboxes and model cars and bicycles and, all the way to cars. Real cars and houses and rings and, all the other things that go along with Christmas time. These children it's just another day for them. But when we go out there and we tell them why we're there and we hand them a toy, their mouths open, the parents are crying, we start to sniffle and cry and realize that this is really what Christmas is all about. So what we are doing at CSI is offering a free if you bring a toy, seminar, certification. We have a really nice certificate that goes along with this. It takes about an hour and a half, And we're going to do this at SEMA this year in our booth. We're going to do 5 people at a time, an hour and a half, so we need an hour and a half of your time. We're going to go through theory on why CSI works the way it does and why it's totally 100% different than the compounding systems that are out there. If you've been taught on the compounding system and you're happy, this probably isn't for you. But if you've used the compounding system and you've had issues, I want to go through what we found to be the answer to those issues. And that is the certification for CSI. It's not a detailing certificate. We're not saying if you do this, you're going to know how to detail cars. No. This is for polishing cars. This is for polishing paint. This is for removing defects, runs, dirt, orange peel, and taking it all the way to a perfectly polished finish with one single product. And what we're asking that you do is bring a toy. Now, if bringing a toy into SEMA is a problem for you, that's okay. You can contact me. I can give you our address, and you can send a toy ahead of time, and then we can schedule you to be part of this group at SEMA. A lot of people go to SEMA every year from all over the country, and we hope that we're going to run into a lot of people who already use our product, CSI, and some newbies that have never used it. And all we're asking is for you to purchase a toy, any kind of toy. I don't care what kind of toy it is. If it's a Hot Wheel, that's okay. I have one customer that pretty much bought all these gifts on the table, and because he said, no, I want to do this. I want to do this. Where the toys aren't going for us, they're going to go out on the street on Christmas Eve. So I hope that you will get involved in this. I hope to see you at SEMA. And if SEMA isn't a place that this is going to work out, we are going to hold these seminars here in Anaheim quite often as we approach the Christmas season, just so we have enough toys to go out on Christmas Eve. So I just wanted to do this video on what this is all about, and hopefully it entices you to take a look at our ministry, moreofjesus.org, or take a look at our product line at CSI-shine.com. The complete product line is up there. All of the training is up there on how it works and what it does, how simple our product line is. So I want to thank you for your support in this last year. We've really gone to a new level with CSI, the complete program, and that comes from having a lot of people like you purchasing our products. So thank you for that, and I hope that you'll get involved in this toy drive that we're doing. Thank you, and maybe I'm the first person to say it. Merry Christmas.